Welcome back to Cicli Corsa. Today is the day. Today we have something really exceptional to introduce to you. Since the Giro d'Italia started, spy shots started to come out, and now we know it's here. It's happening. New Campagnolo Wireless 2x13. To someone like us that has been speaking Campagnolo since a very long time, with a toothbrush in our hand, scraping off Campagnolo Super Record and Nuovo Record, this is something that is really a turning point. We spend a fair amount of time looking into the details, and we're confident in saying that this is a game changer. So much has changed, so much has been optimized. We can't wait to walk you all through the new stuff going on with the new Campagnolo Super Record. We're gonna try not to be too nostalgic, even if we are because we are Italian, and stay focused on the tech and the details without, listening too much to our heart, what it says about Campagnolo and how much we love it. This is the first introduction video, and then we're going to have a second one that is going to be released very soon, much more technical. We're going deep into every detail with the look of a business insider. Tips and tricks, something that you surely want to have a look at. Then, of course, we want to know how it is to ride the new group set. So we ask our friend Federico to take a very cool bike out for a spin. So we're going to hear from him. He's more than capable of providing deep feedback on what's going on with the new group set. And we're going to weigh everything. Why not? We have it here, so let's weigh it. But that is going to happen at the end of the video. Truly, Campagnolo really listened to the feedbacks, made a lot of adjustments, made a lot of changes to make this group set much better than the previous one. We're going to talk about the design and how it changed. The rear derailleur in particular, how beautiful this lever is. The ergonomic has completely changed. And of course, the big news is the return of the thumb shifter. I have to admit it, we missed it. We missed it deeply. Ci è mancato, vero? Eh sì, anche a me. With 13 speed, we see the introduction of two new cassettes. They're completely new to the Campagnolo range. And we're seeing a lot of options when it comes to the choice of your chain rings for your crankset. These new cassettes, the 1033, the 1136, same as all the others, come with a new finish that is supposed to reduce friction and noise. Same finish as the chain, something new that we haven't seen it before. All the combinations between chain rings and cassettes are completely compatible, thanks to the longer cage between the pulleys of the rear derailleur. Pulleys that got bigger, 14 teeth, a different shape compared to what we've seen in the past. A lot of optimization was needed to squeeze that extra gear, that extra cog within the system. So together with it, we witness also an improvement in the speed. Something that is really important to focus on right now is the lever. Completely new ergonomics, super comfortable, super natural, and with extra buttons. So we can notice also an extra button called the smart button if you want. Out of the box, it just shifts up and down the rear derailleur, but together with the Campagnolo app, you can customize what this button is going to do for you. Look how beautiful it is, the single upshifting lever alongside the main lever. It is clear that Campagnolo really invested a lot of effort and time, not only to make this group set performing at the highest level, but even like introducing all the tiny and small details. You can really go on and go on looking at these parts and find tiny logos, tiny engravings, details that really can make the difference between something, regular and something truly special. The work, specifically on the rear derailleur, has been incredible. It looks light. Size, of course, takes into account the fact that the battery is stored inside the rear derailleur, and the same happens for the front derailleur. But nowadays we see the market shifting towards integration of the batteries on the derailleurs, and of course the sizes are getting better. It's really important to see how much work has been done to shave off material, reduce volumes, and make this rear derailleur sexy. Come on, now it's sexy, isn't it? A quick mention to the batteries. Their shape hasn't changed. What has changed is the fact that when you charge them, only a single LED turns on in red. But it's about time to see and feel how the group set performs out on the streets. So let's hear from Federico.
Well, hello and welcome to my morning loop. Today we're going to be riding a bit of a mix of climbing, rolling terrain, some fast descents to try out the new Campagnolo Super Record 13-speed. This is really my first contact with a 13-speed, and I have to say the leap forward is so clear. The first thing we need to address is button layout and ergonomics. The thumb shifter is finally back. This is an icon of Campagnolo's heritage, and it's been completely reinvented and redesigned. Another welcome addition is the smart button. These are two buttons positioned right on the hood, which are completely configurable. No matter what you're used to, you can always adjust the drivetrain to fit your needs. Okay, so now it's time to hit a little descent, and when you're descending, one thing that is immediately clear is how nice it is to have the thumb shifter. You can really go down the cassette just flicking your thumb even when you're in the drops. And the braking is so good too. I've always loved Campagnolo's brakes. I find them incredibly good to modulate, very easy to use. It's just so precise, and just finding the stopping power that you need is just second nature. I've never ridden a 13-speed, but this is really amazing. The gaps between the gears are tiny and it just shifts so well. Even when you're just pushing, it's just so easy. When we are like this, one thing we notice is that we can be nice and narrow and still shift thanks to the smart buttons. Of course, the biggest news with this Super Record is being 13-speed. All of the gearing has been completely reimagined and redesigned. Okay, now we're on the main climb of this loop, which means that it's time to shift into the small cog, which is done through the thumb shifter. From EPS to wireless 12-speed to now here, the shift, pun intended, is really noticeable. One thing I always appreciated as well of Campagnolo is just how mechanical it feels. Every input has just got a beautiful mechanical feel to it, which is unmatched. After just a few hours riding it, it's clear that the new Super Record is a serious contender at the top level. It really addresses a lot of the concerns that the Campagnolo fans have had in the past few years about the brand kind of losing touch with its heritage. It's more comfortable, it's more customizable, and it offers more gearing options than ever. So, just as I'm about to crest the climb, I think it's time to answer one of the questions that everyone has about this. How much does it weigh? Well, I've heard Andrea is in the workshop with the scale, so I think it's time to go find out.
So let's start. I have my buddy here that is going to show you the reading of the scale. Let's start with the batteries. This is the rear derailleur battery. I'm reading 38 grams. Front derailleur battery, 34. The front derailleur, we just removed the protective clip. We are at 118. Rear derailleur, same thing. We removed the protection for the connectors. 259, at least that's my reading. Crank arm with the screw bolted on, 286. Opposite side crank arm, 191. Let's keep in mind that levers already have reservoir of mineral oil. 214, just to be sure. 213, so they're the same. We have brake calipers with oil in it and with the hose. This one is the rear, 146. This is the front one. Caliper is a little different because this one is meant to go with 160 rotors, 149. What we have left is a cassette, 220. The chain, I'm not going to remove it from its plastic. The C-link is inside, 220 grams. Okay, we have left maybe the 8 bolts. They're securing the chain rings to the cranks, 8 grams, so 1 gram per bolt. So to complete the set, we have 140 millimeter rotors. I'm reading 100 grams, 160 rotor, 119. Let's weigh the chain rings now, 52, 128 grams. Yeah, keep in mind that I'm not weighing the lightest combination possible, huh? So 36, I'm reading 39. Bottom bracket with the spring, with the central sleeve, altogether 73 grams. Keep in mind that the bearings are already on the crankset. So after we weighed everything, the total weight comes out at more or less. So in the end, we were able to appreciate how better the new group set has been made. It's faster, more beautiful, is more appealing. Most of you will also be interested in its price. Well, it has been made more competitive than the previous one. To get your best quotation, reach out to Cicli Corsa. We are a Campagnolo official dealer. We are a service center. Write us to better understand how you can get your new Campagnolo 13-speed Super Record. We'll be here ready to answer to any question and inquiries you might have regarding the new group set. Our connection with Campagnolo is very tight and we keep our stock quite high, so it will be very likely that we will have stock of components ready to ship. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Don't forget that a new video is going to be released soon, more technical. We're going more into the details with the next one. Thank you for watching again. Ciao.